much. Representative Gaetz, you're recognized for any testimony you care to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's always good to be back in the Friendly Rules Committee. I have 6 buckets of amendments that I'm going to talk about. The first deals with radical gender ideology in the military. There is nothing in the underlying bill that fixes the issues of radical gender ideology permeating the Department of Defense. My first amendment dealing with that matter is amendment number 305. Amendment 305 deals with the Exceptional Family Member Program. The Exceptional Family Member Program is a wonderful program that allows service members to stay close to medical care for their family. For example, if someone was serving at the Pentagon and they had a child that was seeing a special doctor for cardiology at Johns Hopkins, they would be able to block a permanent change of station based on that family member's medical circumstances. But bizarrely, the radical gender warriors have now seized control of the Exceptional Family Member Program, a good thing, in order to block change of station to any state that the woke DOD officials believe doesn't adhere to this full embrace of gender concepts that are not embraced everywhere. I would enter into the record to showcase this, a piece by the Huffington Post on April 13th, 2022, entitled Air Force Officers to Help Military Families Hurt by States' New Anti-LGBTQ Laws. So what the amendment does is it says if you want to block a permanent change of station based on sexual orientation or gender identity, you have to show that someone has been found to have violated the federal laws that relate to discrimination under the color of law. If you can't prove that there's been a violation under the color of law, you won't be able to just block your transfer to Texas or Oklahoma or South Carolina or Florida just because that is a concern of yours. So I really encourage you to approve Amendment 305. The second that deals with radical gender ideology is Amendment number 333, and this deals with the use of certain DOD facilities. And I'm somewhat embarrassed I have to even offer this amendment, but I've received a number of complaints from female service members in my district who do not want to shower with other people who have male genitalia. And that is being required. I have, for the record, a number of pieces. I'll submit those, Mr. Chairman, at the committee's acceptance, but the amendment that I would offer would say that you use the shower and locker facilities of your gender assigned at birth. And it seems so obvious, it should probably be the way it's being dealt with now, but this is the direct consequence of feedback from female service members. And the committee did take testimony on this point, and we had General McGonville of the Army come in and say that it would most certainly hurt recruiting with young women if these circumstances continue to present where women are having to shower with biological men. On to my third and final gender ideology amendment. I don't believe that the military should pay for people's gender reassignment surgeries. They cost over $200,000, and there was one analysis done of $15 million that was spent by DOD on this gender reassignment, and about $3 million was spent on the actual surgeries, and then the remaining roughly $12 million was spent on all of the psychological care that is required for people who are suffering from gender dysphoria. I think if people want to realign their gender, they have every right to do so in this country. I don't think it should be a priority of the Department of Defense to pay for it. And that's why I've offered amendment number 320 on that point.